Welcome to the Aspen Waite marquee at the Cardiff Arms Park for the Guinness Six Nations today. Super Saturday. We're here to host Wales against Italy in the company of some amazing clients and celebrities. I'll be bringing them here to have a chat throughout the day. See you soon.
Scheeres, CEO of Aspen Waite in Wales. We're co-sponsoring this event with Gennaro, our friends at Gennaro, and we're looking forward to today because rugby is one of those things you really don't know. Up until minutes before the end of the Wales-France game, we thought we were nearly there, we thought we had it. But the Wales, we're indomitable, we'll see how it goes, but who knows. But we're looking forward today, and it's so great to be good back post-COVID.
I'm joined here by Tom Shanklin, legend of the sport and host of the Aspen Waite marquee, to ask me a few questions ahead of this afternoon's proceedings. So Tom, welcome to the Aspen Waite marquee.
Thanks so much.
How have you found the series so far?
It's been okay. Disappointing start up in Italy, in Ireland, sorry, but we managed to claw it back against Scotland with a really good performance, but it's been tough. There's a lot of injuries, but today is a great chance to finish on a high.
Tom, you've played against Italy on a number of occasions. Talk us through a couple of those highlights when you faced them in the Six Nations.
Look, a lot of people are, saying Italy shouldn't be involved in the Six Nations, and I, for one, wouldn't have many tries if they weren't. So they serve their purpose. But Italy are in. It's part of it. They're a shareholder. There's part of a romance to go into Rome, to playing out in Rome. Rome is actually a real tough place to go. Italy, they've probably gone a little bit backwards of recent times, but they're still part of the Six Nations, and they're still a competitive team. But look, I think today's about Wales and how much Wales can beat them by. I think Wales will win. It's a great occasion today as well because it's Alan Wynne-Jones's 150th cap.
Yes, amazing.
And also to have it at home as well, because his first one I think was out in Argentina. His 50th was in England, Ellis Park for his 100th. So 150. No one's ever done it before. To do it here on home turf with his family as well is amazing. Dan Bigger reaching 100 caps. So I think emotionally, Wales will be right up for it. And as I said, it's the last game. They want to end on a high, and I think they'll end up hammering Italy.
Well, sticking to the rugby before we come back to the marquee, and specifically Alan Wynne-Jones, is this his last game for Wales?
Could be. He is getting on a bit now, and injuries happen a lot with him. He got injured in the first game against the All Blacks, and you just don't know really. So if he's fit, and there's a chance for him to win 150 caps, you've got to play him because no other player's done it before. He deserves it. He deserves to go out when he wants to, and it's a huge occasion for him. So I'm 100% behind giving him his 150th cap, even though like Will Rowlands and Beard have been playing well. What Alan Wynne-Jones has done for rugby and Welsh rugby over 15 years has been absolutely incredible. So, if it's down to me, I'd give him 200 caps.
Yeah, he is the greatest of all time, arguably. So, Shanks, back to the marquee. Aspen Waite series, it's been amazing. It's never been busier. What's the secret to making it so successful?
I think it's the size of the marquee. I think it's the atmosphere we create in here. I think it's the customers that both Gennaro and Cardiff Rugby bring. It's the support of companies like Aspen Waite that have been massive for us. The guests as well. We got some really good guests that come in and entertain them, and it's not always massive rugby legends. But it's the funny ones. It's the ones that entertain the guests. We've got live music. I think part of it as well. Part of today of what's special is it's Super Saturday. With the first game off, we've got 2 games after. It's a full day. It's a full day's outing. You want for nothing in here. It's table service. You sit in your seat. It's done. You're there. You put a little paddle up. Drinks come to your table. The food is good. The atmosphere is good. It's warm. It's somewhere you can get a drink after a game as well. So it ticks every box. And on behalf of Gennaro and Cardiff Rugby, I'm delighted that Aspen Waite are involved.
Yeah, same here. And lastly, today you're joined by 4 genuine rugby legends, played amazing standards throughout their careers. Arguably, again, one of the best of all times in Shane Williams. What are they bringing today in terms of energy?
They'll bring a lot of hair gel, a lot of fake tan, a lot of good looks. It's probably one of the reasons why I couldn't get in, the Fab Four. But they're all characters in themselves. They've recently brought out a gin. you know, it's a very low alcoholic gin, which is quite ironic because they're quite crazy blokes themselves. And you know, I thought if they're going to bring a drink out or a spirit out, it would be sort of maximum strength. But look, they're funny, they're characters, they all bounce off each other. It's great to have them here, and they've got to make people laugh, so the pressure's on them.
Thank you very much, Tom. Great to see you, and we'll have a great day today.
Thank you, Rhys.
Okay, we're joined by Sammy here, who heads up our silent auction at the Marquee and has been here throughout the whole series, has brought loads of energy, smiles and beauty to the event, and we're going to catch up with her today about what we've got on offer. So Sammy, first and foremost, how have you enjoyed the Marquee so far?
Marquee's brilliant. The atmosphere is always electric. You know, the people that come here obviously love rugby, they love a party, and yeah, the general atmosphere has always been really, really good. Yeah.
Do you find that there's lots of money in the room? Is Aspen Waite obviously support the event and their directors come along and spend a bit? Do you find you've got plenty of customers?
We do. We have lots of tables in today actually that we know where to sort of target. But yeah, we've always had some really generous customers.
Oh, yeah. Fabulous. And what can we look forward to today? Give us the one or two of the best items we've got in today's silent auction.
I think today, the one that sort of stands out for me is the Alan Jones sign print, given the day, it's the day for him, 150th cap. Yeah. Being just an amazing person. I think I'm hoping that's going to go really well. Yeah. Apart from that, we've got some Al Pacino Godfather montage.
Always goes well.
It always goes well. We've got a couple of football signed montages. Pele, Eric Cantona, Mike Tyson,
Jurgen Klopp. Awesome.
Jurgen Klopp.
Plenty of amazing stuff. Well, look, good luck today. I hope it goes really well. Thanks for joining us and have a fantastic day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're joined now by Matthew Bennett, who works for Indigo Group, who are a huge supporter of both Cardiff Rugby and Gennaro Creative and Gennaro Group. And Matt's joined us today for one of many times here in the Marquee. Matt, aside from the alcohol, why do you choose this event over others in Cardiff?
Oh, it's just the quality of it, good people, a bit of networking as well to get some business done, but the entertainment and the fun side of it, brilliant.
And I think, having been here a few times before, Tom Shanklin is a host. We've had him on already today. Yeah. Talk us about Tom and what you think about him.
Yeah, Tom's pretty good. Get most of his jokes from Ricky Gervais, but I think he's got some of his own material as well, haven't he? Yeah.
He's definitely a Ricky Gervais, Alan Partridge hybrid.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about Indigo Group. Obviously, you worked with us for years, and you're a big partner of Cardiff Rugby and a big partner of the event. Tell us a bit about your business.
Yeah, so we help contractors and construction companies stay safe and legal with their CIS and tax compliance, as well as supply chain assurance, and a number of the clients here today. We've been partners with the Blues 2 to 3 years now on the jersey, on the arm. Yeah, so works well. Good
stuff. And as we're here for rugby, it'd be remiss of me not to mention it. Wales are out of the competition now, obviously, but it's a huge day for a legend of our generation, Alan Jones. Yep. I mean, what do you think about that today? 150 caps.
Oh, brilliant, yeah. Could this be his last game? You don't know, but playing in the Millennium Stadium, beautiful day. What a game to go out on if it is.
Matt, thanks very much for your time. No See you soon. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Simon Scheeres. I'm here from Ash, Wales, which is an anti-smoking and tobacco control charity. We lobby the government just for tighter tobacco control measures, and we're here today supporting Aspen Waite and the Cardiff Blues. So we're looking forward to the match, and thanks for inviting us.
We're now joined by Jake Maddocks, who works for one of our biggest partners here at Cardiff Rugby and in the Marquee. It's Heat Force. Jake has joined us at all events so far this year and thoroughly enjoys the Aspen Waite Marquee.
Bit too much.
Yeah, a bit too much, absolutely. Jake, tell us what you like about the events.
It's just the atmosphere you get here and the difference you get. You know, being in the stadium's nice, but the pre-atmosphere and the post-atmosphere is just something you don't really experience elsewhere. So it's a nice change.
We've got an array of companies that join us here at the Aspen Waite Marquee, including Heat Force. So it would be a rare not to say to you, tell us a bit about Heat Force.
Heat Force are one of Wales' largest plumbing and heating companies, but we just started doing a lot of renewables, so green energy, heat pumps, PV. So we're quickly moving into that market.
I understand you're talking to Aspen Waite a bit about that, aren't you?
Yeah. So Aspen Waite, I understand, are looking at the green auditing. So that's something that we're hoping to work with them on to help us become a carbon zero company, head towards being carbon positive.
Amazing. Okay, so rugby. Jake, you're obviously a big fan. You clearly could be playing for Wales, the size on you. Let's talk about today's game. A similar sort of build to you, Alan Jones. I mention him every time I speak to camera, but we've got Alan Jones on 150 caps today. Again, of our generation. Talk to me about your thoughts and feelings about that legend of Alan Jones.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd be playing today. I thought he'd be retired. Well, I understand he's just signed to play for Rugby 2023 as well, the World Cup. So it's nice to see him out, 150 caps. I don't know if he'll be there for the whole game, but he'll certainly make an impact.
Awesome. Jake, thank you very much indeed. See you soon. Thanks a lot. Okay, we're now lucky enough to be joined by Bob Thompson, who is the Managing Director of Rhyal Engineering, based down in West Wales. Bob, thanks again for supporting the marquee. It's great to have you here. Why do you come to this event year after year after year?
It's the best event to come to, isn't it? I mean, it's a great day out. The boys lay on such a nice spread for us and such like, and Tom gets some great guests in. We have nice food, and it's just a fantastic day out either side of the rugby. Awesome. And I think your loyalty and support has been, to be fair, unconditional compared to others, so thank you very much for that. We're here with Aspen Waite Radio, and we're talking about the businesses that we've got here, so we'd love to hear a bit more about Rhyal Engineering. Right, well, we're nothing very exciting. We're a storage tank constructor, design and construct company that we build large storage tanks that are on oil refineries, gas tanks like this in Milford Haven for Dragon and Esso, so that's what we do. We do that all over the country, and we have a facility in Milford Haven where we manufacture all the parts, because the actual tanks have to be built in sections. They're too big to be built in the workshop, so then we take the sections out the site and then we put them together and erect them and weld them and test them. Yeah. Awesome. And you talked earlier, we mentioned about sustainability earlier with Aspen Waite having a new sustain arm. You mentioned about a new warehouse you built. Yeah, we just built a new garage for all our plant, because we obviously, a lot of the plant we use is like a specialist plant, so we've built a new facility now where we can service all that and keep it all up to speed and such like, and we've just put all the photovoltaic cells on the roof, so there's no electric coming in as such. It's all done through the photovoltaic cells and the heating and everything, so it works really well. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. Okay, to finish, I've mentioned it with everybody we've had today. It's such a massive day for Welsh rugby, not because of the game. The game is almost a bit redundant, although we obviously always love to watch Wales. Yeah. It's a big game for Alan Wyn-Jones. Yeah. Potentially the greatest of all time, top 3 at least, 150 caps for his country. How amazing. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. It is amazing. What an amazing guy. I mean, he's got to be the #1 in Wales, in the history of rugby in Wales. He's been fantastic. You can't fault him. Yeah, brilliant. Bob, thank you very much. Have a fantastic day. Okay. See you soon. We're joined here live by 2 of the guests in the Aspen Waite marquee today. We've got Mike Phillips and Byrne, part of the Fab Four, both legends of the game in Wales. We're going to talk a bit of business and a bit of rugby. And we're going to start with Mike and talk about the business side of things. We've got a gin bar here on show. They've also got a Fab Four coffee brand that's been launched. Mike, give us a bit of an insight into what you're up to.
Yeah, well, basically we're 4 very good friends, obviously, best mates on the rugby field, and we've always kept in contact after we've all retired now, and we're kind of sticking together really. Brought out coffee, Fab Four, and now we've brought out a low alcoholic spirit called Perthyn, so we've got a little bar here today as well, so we're promoting low alcohol and drinking responsibly, so yeah, and it's all about, though, to be honest, just it's been great to go down. We stuck together on the rugby field together, and we're doing it after rugby as well, so it's about, it's about that really, sticking together and being a family, further down the line away from the game. Looking after each other post rugby is something that I guess players, if you do well, especially with your profile, can go really well for you. Coffee wise, are you going to look to supply coffee shops, or is it more like the sort of supermarkets and stuff? Yeah, no, I think we just even this weekend we've teamed up with Castell, so so it's very much still in its infancy, so it's just starting off. So we're just getting there, we're learning as we go, and we're giving it a go. So sticking together, and that's what it's about. Awesome, good luck for everyone here. Lee, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about rugby, and one for you boys, Alan Wyn-Jones, both Ospreys players and legends. You've got Alan Wyn-Jones, who is greatest of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it earlier on. I made my debut in 2006 in Argentina, and for him to be still going is unreal. In fairness, but we all seen that coming as a player. He was outstanding, in training. He always wanted to win every sprint, and I think he just carried that onto the field. And yeah, I mean, he's his talisman. But you've got to feel some. I think for Will Rowlands as well. He's been outstanding. So, but I mean, Alan Wyn-Jones has got to have 150 caps. Whatever happens. But I think the future is good in the second row. Question to finish, do you think that today is Alan Wyn-Jones' last game? Is it like an opportunity to sign out, or is there more to come? I definitely think there's more to come. Alan Wyn-Jones won't stop until he physically can't. We all train with him, we've played with him, and he's a machine, and he probably looks after his body better than anybody, so I really think there's more to come from him. Amazing, thanks very much, gents. Okay, we're now joined by the other 2 of the Fab Four. We've done Byrne and Mike Phillips. We're joined by James Hook and Shane Williams, both absolute legends of Welsh rugby and the Ospreys, and are part of the infamous Fab Four.
Boys, obviously here today, we're obviously elated at the fact that you guys have joined us, but let's talk about business first. Shane, you've launched a couple of companies in the last couple of months with the lads. Talk us about the coffee and the gin.
Yeah, well, it was just something that we kind of got together whilst in lockdown, actually. Everyone's bored at home, twiddling their thumbs, thinking of something to do. And we decided to kind of join forces as the Fab Four and initially bring out the coffee, which has gone really well. And lately the low ABV alcohol Perthyn, which in English means belonging. So we thought it was quite fitting, really, to get the lads back together, an excuse to meet up once lockdown was over, and we get to do wonderful things like this, and hopefully people enjoy Perthyn and can appreciate what we're trying to do.
That's it. That's teammates. You're so used to being around each other for 10, 15 years, doing your career, and when your career's finished, everyone goes their separate ways. So I think it's important for us as mates on the field that when we finish, we don't stop that. We continue, and obviously the coffee and the gin has been an excuse for that as well.
To be fair, setting an example for current pros as well. When you finish playing, if you can utilise those relationships, it will only work out well. In terms of Perthyn, what's the objective then of having it as a low ABF? Is that a direct sort of target thing, or?
Well, originally we weren't, sure what we were doing with the ABV side of stuff. Alcohol is alcohol, I suppose, but we wanted to kind of say that it's not all about strong beer, and it's about drinking wisely. And I think if there's 4 people that can hopefully try and push that, it's us. And we joined forces with the WRU, who are obviously trying to encourage people to come to the stadiums not intoxicated and enjoy the game for what it's worth. And we just thought it fitting that we were in a process and in a position to be able to do that, and we joined forces with Cardiff Distillery, formed Perthyn, and it's just I think it's a good for our image as well, and as well as we're promoting so people can enjoy, responsible drinking, enjoy themselves and look after themselves at the same time.
Absolutely. And coffee wise, James, you've got a brand that's become quite synonymous with Welsh rugby, I guess, in a way, because of you four. What's next for that? What's the plan with the coffee brand?
As Shane said, it's going well, and that was our first sort of venture, and we're just doing a little sort of rebranding process at the moment, where obviously there's 4 of us. We've got sort of 4 different strengths of coffee, so everyone's different. Some people don't like a lot of caffeine, so one of us has got a coffee where there's not so much caffeine. And Mike, for example, has got a really strong coffee, and obviously myself and Byrne as well, 2 other different flavours and different strengths of coffee. So just trying to appeal to everyone, really. And obviously the names, Grand Slam is our sort of wholesale coffee, Triple Crown is our decaf, and obviously the numbers of each of our playing positions, it represents our coffee as well.
Awesome. And rugby wise, it'd be amiss of me not to mention it, so question for each of you. Start with you, Shane, and about the fact that I just talked to Mike and Lee about it. Alun Jones, 150 caps, uncomprehendable achievement, best ever, most ever. Talk us through your experience with that bloke.
It's just an absolute monster of a man, really. I remember him as an 18-year-old coming through the system there and training with the Ospreys the first day, and Lynn Jones going, this kid's nuts. He was coming in as an 8-year-old first training session. He's hitting rucks with his head. He's picking fights with all the bigger lads, and you're thinking, this guy's either nuts or he's going to be a good player in the end. And obviously it was the both. To achieve 150 caps, especially in the manner in which he plays, sums the man up. To come back from his injuries, to put his body on the line for his team, and to become the best captain, as far as I'm concerned, Wales have ever had. And he deserves today, I think. We don't forget about Dan Biggar as well, 100 caps. That's pretty special as well, to be fair. But it'd be fitting today now, those 2 guys go out, man of the match performance from both of them. Wales put a big score on Italy, and we'll all be happy.
Happy days, I can't disagree. And James, to finish, I asked the same question to Lee. So 150 caps, Alun Wyn seemed to have been a little bit rushed back for this game. Is that because it could be his last game in Wales, bearing in mind he probably won't make the autumns this year, or will be more looking towards the World Cup? What do you think?
Yeah, a lot of people have said that, but I think he's looking ahead of the World Cup, I should imagine, and wants to finish the World Cup. But yeah, it is. I think if it was any other player, you'd think maybe it's his last game. But Alun Wyn, he's done it so many times in the past. He's been out for months and months and months, and comes back and he's starting straight into the starting lineup. As we mentioned there, but Toby Faletau, there's only a few players who can probably do that, and he can step up, and it'd be seamless. So yeah, I don't know. You ask Alun Wyn, he won't say it's his last game. So we'll see, I suppose.
Awesome. Well, lucky enough to be joined by 4 absolute legends of Welsh rugby. Thanks very much for joining us on Aspen Waite today, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.